the drama that was just performed by this wonderful team of devotees. I was intrigued when I saw another saffron. Then I noticed it's a Mataji, so beware. I don't know where she got saffron clothes from. And then I was even more intrigued by her name, Narada? Naradi Devi. So, playing perfect role, Mataji, of being a preacher, being Narada Muni and enlightening the mayor of St. Louis with this puzzle. Since we are going to discuss Bhakti Yoga, so Bhakti is that wire that connects us to Krishna, and there was defect in the wire. And Bhakti, yes, it has many understandings, many devotional meanings that our acharyas have given. But at the base level, Bhakti means love. And in this chapter, Krishna is speaking about love. There are many movies that are made about love and about broken love. शीशा हो या दिल हो, टूट जाता है. So there is excitement when you find love, and there is extreme dejection when we face disappointment that the person is not what you thought. And when it comes to love, it is said to be the most commonly used word. Like kids say, I love pizza. Or adults may say, I love Tesla. Although love is the most used word, love is also the most misunderstood word. And many times, because of the situations that we are put in, that love gets polluted, corrupted. A 5-year-old child, when he comes to his mother and he says, Mama, I love you, the mother knows this is pure love. The child really is showing his affection. And the mama will also say, I love you. I love you, beta. But the same child, when he is 15 years old, and when he says, Mama, I love you, mother says, how much pocket money you want? And when that boy or girl goes to 25, and he comes to the mother and says, Mama, I love you. Then what does he say? Who is that girl or that boy? So love was very pure and simple. But as we start to live our life, our desires, our wants start to corrupt that very simple love. And then whatever we acquire, we may love many things, but then we start to miss the true aspect of love, which is in relationships. The parody of today is that we love things and use people. लोगों को यूज करते हैं और चीजों से प्रेम करते हैं. And Krishna in this chapter, Bhakti Yoga, which I named as Language of Love, is speaking his heart. How accommodative is Krishna and how forgiving is God. As they say, man gets and forgets, as shown in the drama. No? जितना भी दिया माता पिता ने, अगर एक चीज को नहीं माने, then that becomes the only focus, that my parents don't love me. And usually this is the word that is used, right? You don't love me because you're not giving me what I want. But love is not just giving us what we want, but there is the true love is providing what we need. And in that story that I was saying, so when the child comes to 35, and when he says, Mama, I love you, then the mama says, which papers you want to sign for prophet? No, that's later. Mama says, I told you not to marry that girl. उससे शादी मत करो, मैं जो चुनूंगी वही तुम्हारे लिए बेटर है. And unfortunately, recently one man came, said, Prabhuji, just so that there is no this mother-in-law, daughter-in-law issue, I sacrificed my love and married whatever my mother told, whoever my mother told me to marry. उसके चॉइस वाले से ही शादी किया, फिर भी झगड़ा चल रहा है. ऐसा कैसे? I says that is one of the most mysterious things. The eighth wonder of the world is that the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law relationship. अच्छे अच्छे खानदानों में भी वहाँ पे somehow there is some kind of Tom and Jerry going on. And then when the child at 45 he says, Mama, I love you. That's when mother says, I don't want to sign any papers. Because the love gets corrupted, filled with wants, desires, and we become more and more self-focused and forget what the other person has done for us. So in today's session, we want to take some clues, some tips from the 12th chapter of the Gita as 8 windows to lasting relationships, the language in which we communicate love. But let's watch one short video. Hope the audio comes. Just a minute, the audio is not fully proper. I'll change it.
क्या जरूरत थी छोरे से इतना गुस्सा करने की? जरा सी बात तो थी। ₹10 के लिए छोरे ने भूखा मारेगी क्या?
ऐसा क्या कर दिया इसने जो प्लेट उठा के ले जा रही है?
10 रुपए तो लिए थे तेरे पर्स से, कोई पड़ोस से तो न लाया था?
मेरे पैसे लिए थे इसने, तेरे बाप के नहीं।
छोटे घर की है ना, तेरी माँ ने कुछ तुझे सिखाया नहीं है?
जान दे, ये तो तुझे खाना देगी ना, तू मेरी प्लेट से खा ले।
तू अपने खाने की चिंता कर। इसने 10 रुपए लिए ना हैं, चुराए हैं। आज चोरी की है, कल न जाने क्या करेगा। और अगर मैं इसकी मां की जगह होता ना, तो 2 दिन तक इसको खाना नहीं देता। बहू, ठीक किया है तूने। खा ले।
It's a good video about what apparently appears to be, no, the others were caring and she was very tough, but she was truly loving that child. So the reason why this chapter comes into picture is that in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna shows his universal form. And when Krishna shows this universal form to Arjuna, can you have the lights please? Because I want to see all of you. He becomes startled that I was thinking I was just dealing with a friend who was joking with me, who was sitting with me, but now I did not hear this one. Somewhere it is there, somewhere. And when he understands Krishna's, position, he becomes he starts to offer his obeisances. Sarvam samapnosi, I offer obeisances from all, because he becomes fearful that such a personality as Krishna, I have taken him so lightly. Prabhupada in one talk, he says this, that do not take Krishna lightly, because he is not taking us lightly. He is there to care for us as Paramatma and ever being eager. How can I bring him back? So because Krishna is not taking us lightly, we should not take Krishna lightly. But Arjuna, he becomes very alerted that I didn't focus on the true meaning of respect in that relationship. And he starts to say that please forgive me because I was taking you very casually, Krishna. And I used to call out to you as Yadava. And the reason why he used to call Krishna as Yadava was in a joking way that you are not really the upper class of Kshatriyas, you are lower class of Kshatriyas. But of course, Arjuna didn't want to demean Krishna, but often in relationships we become quite casual. And often casual dealings lead to casualty. That हमको लगता है हम जोक कर रहे हैं, but the other person takes it very seriously and he gets offended. So Arjuna is very much in repentance that I did not deal with Krishna well. Although, and Krishna's greatness is that although he knows everything, how dirty our hearts are, still Krishna is willing to accept us and forgive us. Therefore, in relationship, the first to apologize is the bravest. The first to forgive is the strongest, but the first to forget is the happiest. And in the Gita, Krishna, different relationships he is mentioning that how you acted like a father to me in this situation, how you acted like a friend to me, and how in this situation you acted like a dear friend to me. But although Krishna was very kind, he started to become aware that with this Supreme Lord, I was to be very casual and I need to work on my behavior. And there is this quote about relationships. It is time that decides whom you meet in life. You are now here, based on this time you are meeting certain set of people. It is your heart which decides who you want to be. किसके साथ रहना चाहते हैं. But it is your behavior which decides who wants to be with you or who will stay in your life. हम just चाहने से नहीं, the way we behave. So therefore, time decides whom you meet in your life. Your heart decides whom you want in your life. But what is your behavior with God, with each other, that will ensure whether they want to stay with you or they are just looking for an excuse to get away. And that line of respect, just like between countries, there is line of control, LOC. So that we have to understand that we cannot take others or Krishna for granted. Krishna is very forgiving. He doesn't blast us back if we kind of offend him. He's forgiving, but not our equals or those whom we stay with. Everyone has, even in a husband-wife or parents, children, everyone has their space. You may influence, but you cannot just think that I can fully control him. Sometimes you may control, but in the heart, the more you control, more that hate starts to develop. Therefore, love and control are sometimes opposite, especially if it is forced upon the child. So therefore, this chapter, Krishna speaks 8 verses which are called as Bhaktashtaka. 8 verses glorifying the devotee, what is his mood in which he carries. Of course, they are very wonderful to go through. But I derived some lessons from that, and today, in whatever little time I have, I'll go through. I have many slides for each of this, But because short of time, I'll just take the main essence of the slide and just discuss a little bit about. And this is pertaining to both how we deal with God, what is our relationship with God, and what is our relationship with each other. Because all of us are parts, little parts of Krishna. And therefore, of course, conditioned by material energy, so therefore we have different types of dealings. But essentially, as Prabhupada used to say, love me, love my dog. If you go to someone's home, says, I don't like your dog. I only want you. And if that person really loves his dog, or at times it happens, the husband or the wife may say, I only love you, not your family. मैंने शादी तुमसे किया है, तुम्हारे परिवार से नहीं किया है. That doesn't work. If you truly love a person, it includes what he loves. You may not directly say, have that direct relationship. You may also not like what he likes, but because he loves, you respect that aspect of that. So, is our relationship, the language or the mindset, is it a tool or a goal? As I said, we use people and we love things. So in this scenario, when we think that I will use God for my betterment, or I use this person, and this person, I need him. One of the CEOs, I forget his name, he said this, that train your employees in such a way that they don't need you. But care for your employees in such a way that they want you. That you have trained your children so well that you don't need to be there to make their, say, sandwich, or to get them dressed, or to make them study. You made them self-sufficient. But in the process, you also given them so much love that they want to be with you. They don't need to be with you. This is a common phenomenon that we see, that whenever there is pregnancy, it is only at that time we call our parents. Because we need our parents that time. But I request, उसके अलावा और एक बार तो बुलाइए, especially finances, because then that shows even without need, you are wanting them to be with you. We may go to God, many go to God that, God, I need this, I need that. And the moment they get that, say, Tata, bye bye. मेरी इच्छा पूर्ति हो गई है. And next time I have desire, or they keep coming out of the fear that if I don't come, then maybe he will take away whatever he has given me. But don't make relationships as tools to get something in our life. कि ये माता जी के साथ अगर रिश्ता बनाऊंगा ना, मुझे इजी एक्सेस मिलेगा उधर के लिए. And this kind of vyapar mentality in relationship just takes away the sweetness in that, whether it be with Krishna. And as I said, Krishna is very forgiving. He says, जैसे भी मेरे साथ रिश्ता बनाना चाहते हो, आ जाओ. Like once in a Shinaji temple in Rajasthan, a thief, he was noticing मंदिर कब बंद होता है and all that. And then he entered and he stole all the jewelry of the Lord, Tobitha. And then he saw on the top there was a chhatri, golden silver chhatri. उनको लगा वो क्यों छोड़ना है, सब समेटते हैं. This happened that once I had gone to Tirupati, and Tirupati there is that gold covering, and somehow a small piece of that gold covering थोड़ा नीचे आ रहा था, and then all these bhaktas, they are putting in undi, and as they are coming उनको लगा उनका इच्छा पूर्ति होगी, they were trying to jump and tear that gold off. So this person he was looking, अभी वो छतरी उतना ऊपर कैसे से, this is there, इसको कैसे पहुंचे? So there was no chairs there. So then he saw Srinathji is having his hand like this and another hand like this. तो वो चोर ने एक पैर भगवान के इधर रखा, दूसरा पैर उनके ऊपर रखा, and then he was climbing up to take that chhatri. Suddenly he heard a laughter, somebody laughing, and then he saw, who is it? कौन आया? And he saw Gopal ji, Srinath ji was laughing. अरे आप क्यों हंस रहे? लोग मुझे कुछ चढ़ाते हैं, तुमने अपने आप को ही चढ़ा दिया. People come and offer, some $10, $20, but here you have offered your full thing to me. मेरे हाथों में अर्पण कर दिया. So Krishna is very kind. No matter how you approach him, he sees some goodness. ठीक है, पूतना विष पिलाने आई थी, but एक माँ के रूप में आई ना, so मैं उसको, I'll see the goodness in that. And relationships thrive when we want and we work hard to connect to that good side of the person. क्योंकि सब में दोनों रहता है, good side and the bad side. And somehow, we tend to bring out the worst in others. But if you want to make the relationship the true goal, to have that satisfaction, तो जितना भी कमाया अगर अकेले है, if you're lonely, what is the point of it? And now social media, what is it? Social media is just an attempt to get appreciation, to seek love. Because whenever we post something, we just don't post and forget. We keep going there to see how many I have liked, how many I have loved, how many I have commented, and how many I have subscribed. इतना अच्छा होना चाहिए कि आपका सब्सक्रिप्शन बढ़ गया, that means the deepest form of love. That is the language of love in social media. But that need that we have cannot be fulfilled by social media. To some extent with the family or true loving relationships. But always check yourself. Am I making a relationship into a toll? What is the mindset? Duryodhana was saying Krishna will just, I'll use Krishna, his army, to get my position. But for Arjuna, his success was not that Krishna के साथ रहूंगा तो मुझे कुछ और मिलेगा. कृष्ण के साथ रहना ही for him was success. Therefore they say, is happiness a journey or a destination? And then others said, happiness is with whom you are going in that journey. किसके साथ जाना? And if we have that, especially we make our relationship centered on Krishna, then our relationships will no more be just a tool, but true giving of each other. This is the first. That Krishna says, Man mana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Make me your goal of life. Yes, I am willing to be used for जो भी चाहिए मैं आपको दूंगा. But if you make me the goal of life, as in Hindi there is a saying, तुम तुम्हारे काम में, तुम्हें मेरे धाम में. तुम तुम्हारे काम में, तुम्हें मेरे धाम में. लेकिन तुम अगर मेरे नाम में, तो मैं तुम्हारे काम में. that if we give ourselves to Krishna fully, don't think Krishna will neglect us, exploit us, forget us. Krishna is extremely careful not to reciprocate back to a devotee's love. जन्मों जन्मों के पहले भी अगर किसी ने कुछ इच्छा की है, he remembers that. So we need to bring that aspect in our relationships. Second is, do you complain? ऐसा है मेरा पति, वैसा है मेरी पत्नी, मेरे बच्चे ऐसा करते हैं, वैसा करते हैं. We can all have complaints, even with Krishna. Krishna, I asked you for yesterday Tesla or a Camry. So we can all have complaints. But a complaining mind will continue to see how life is, is a punishment. People are not reciprocating. But are you willing to be content with whatever is with us? It is not important who makes the best food in the town. It is not important who makes the best food in the town. What is important is who fed you when you are hungry. जब हम भूखे थे, किसने हमारा ख्याल किया? Unfortunately, after a while, Mama doesn't make the best food. It is the McDonald's. Or it is this or that. So we tend to think parents or other way as tools, and we can start to complain instead of being content. There was recently I met a mother in one of the cities. For long they didn't have a kid, and eventually when they had a kid, the kid was severely autistic. Literally not moving. And that mother, they gave all the options that, we can just put him in some kind of place where he's taken care. But that mother, she struggled so hard that if God has given me something, let me be grateful and do the best with what I can do with him. So for years together, she was trying to encourage him, learned all types of techniques, skills to bring the child out. But he was like a vegetable literally for years. And then somehow they came to the temple. And she prayed to Krishna, Krishna, you have given me this child. I really want to make him a good person. Please bless me. And her efforts were there, then the mercy of Krishna was there. And very soon, the child started to talk. पहले बात ही नहीं करता था, अभी रुकता ही नहीं. And so brilliant. If he hears a shloka just like that, he remembers. उसको जितना भी श्लोक सुना है उसने, he just remembers whichever classes. So she could have complained and not worked on it, but she was content. Doesn't mean that you don't do anything about it. You're gratefully trying to make it better. So that's important, that don't look at others' children. Don't look at others' wives or husbands. But be content with what Krishna has given and trying to make it better. So do we judge, or do we choose to love, or do we choose to judge? Because the moment we judge, there is always, we try to find the negativities of what the other person is doing. Cry or communicate. हमें कुछ, we are going through something. We can just cry about it, or we can actually communicate. He said when Ram and Sita, they were getting married, see, Ramji had hold the dhanush and he broke. At that time, Sita comes with a garland to put on Ramji. And Ram, he says, no. The order was to string the bow, not to take the vow of marriage. And till my parents agree with it, I am not going to get into this marriage. So when Sita heard no to her proposal or this whole thing, said Sita became very happy. And there one of our acharyas writes that every girl or lady or somebody who's being protected, they expect three things from the husband. One is that he is strong enough to take care of her. Ram proved that. He could bow. And Sita also saw that so many boys, kings, princesses were mad after her. But here is Ram, who, yes, he did express that, yes, it's not that I hate you or anything, but there was the glances of affection between Sita and Ram. But he was sense controlled. ऐसा नहीं कि अभी चांस मिल रहा है, so who will lose this chance of getting married? Because often we want results. One devotee, Prabhupada disciple says, most of us don't want to go through the efforts, but we want the results. Here Ramji has put the effort. He strung the bow. But then when the results came, so Sita was also very glad that my husband, Ramji, is very sense controlled. It's not that he is just getting loose. Third thing, which is the most important, is that Ram is able to communicate his intention. Because men have this issue that मन में बहुत चलते रहता है, जुबान में कम आता है. And it's the reverse many times, that usually women, they speak a lot and men think a lot. उनको एक जगह पे बैठ के सोचने बोलेंगे ना, घंटों सोच सकते हैं. और हमको लगेगा कि क्या कर रहा है, कुछ नहीं कर रहा है. बट वो आत्माराम है, मन के ख्यालों में वो आनंद ले रहा है. But both can't understand each other's language, because for one it is actions that are important, for other, it is the thoughts. So Sita, and many times there is this issue because क्या चल रहा है बोलो, और वो पुरुष को पता ही नहीं रहता कि क्या चल रहा है उसके साथ, वो प्रोसेस कर रहा है. And the lady wants to know, बताओ, बात करो. So Sita was very glad that my husband, Ram, of course, is God, but he is very clear in his communication. It's not that he is against this marriage or anything, but he draws the line that I was only told by my guru to string the bow, not to tie the varmala. And I need my parents' permission to get married. So this is communication. And one of the most troubled aspects is in this world is that amongst people there is miscommunication, and more after the social media and WhatsApp has come. In Italy, after the WhatsApp became very prevalent, divorce rates increased. Because the wives used to spy on the husband's last scene. There used to be that last scene, आजकल इतना दिखता नहीं है, but you can go and see ये कभी सोया रात को, बोला कि बैंगलोर गया है और some other place. So mistrust, miscommunication. Many times it happens, we are trying to communicate something on WhatsApp. जितना बता रहे लंबा लंबा उतना उतना miscommunication बढ़ रहा है. One couple had come to our temple to meet Radhanath Swami, and they were saying that we want to get separated because हमारा नहीं जम रहा है. And why? And the husband said she doesn't respect me. Very common, especially those who are 40 plus husbands. That she doesn't respect me. And Maharaj asked, why do you think she doesn't respect you? क्योंकि वो पति को लगा, और कारण क्या था? He never communicated with his wife. Now that his guru is asking, he is communicating. Because she gives me the last piece of the bread every day morning. जो आखिरी पीस रहता ना ब्रेड का, आधा जला हुआ. How many of you like that piece? The last piece? Some of you. वो मुझे वो देती है. और ऐसा भी नहीं कि ब्रेड है नहीं, सामने पूरा ब्रेड है, पर चुन के वो दे के she serves me breakfast. This is disrespect. And then Maharaj, he asked the wife, Mataji, आप ऐसा क्यों करते हैं? Last piece क्यों देते हैं? And she said, in our culture, that last piece is the most relishable piece. Because they were both from different countries. US and UK are opposites. So they were kind of married in a culture where what is thought to be respectful was understood to be disrespectful. And because of this lack of communication, both are thinking, doesn't respect me. It can also happen just over a toothpaste. I have heard people कि प्रभु जी हमारा पहला झगड़ा टूथपेस्ट से चालू हुआ. Because after the marriage, usually men have this habit, कहीं से भी दबा देते हैं. And girls don't like that. पीछे से दबाना चाहिए, वो स्मूथ रहना चाहिए, एस्थेटिक्स. पति को बताई, ऐसा मत दबाओ, आगे से पीछे से दबाना. उनको लगा ठीक है, सजेशन दे रहे अच्छा है, बट मेरा तो आदत है कहीं से भी दबाओ, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली टूथपेस्ट निकालना है ना. Because men are very, result oriented, result catching. But the other side, the language is process. आप कैसे कर रहे हो उसको? And there is misunderstanding, miscommunication. That मेरा जो भी बोलती है वो सुनता नहीं, क्योंकि टूथपेस्ट को गलत जगह पे लगाते हैं. Communication is very important. And Krishna, he communicates at the end of the Gita that Krishna, Arjuna, I give you the space, the choice to follow me or not follow whatever I have told. Yes, मैंने बहुत effort करके I have spoken 18 chapters, 700 verses, but just because मैंने time spend किया तो you are not obliged to follow me. So God gives us that space, but we नहीं, तुमको करना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि मैं तुम्हारा पति हूँ या मैं तुम्हारा माँ हूँ. So that kind of language where space is not given, then the relationship doesn't flourish, doesn't go deep. React or respond, of course, we can speak a lot. being selfish or sensitive? Are you just focused on yourself? That story is there that once a mother was making food and the chapati was burnt. और बेटा तुरंत बोला ये क्या जला दिया चपाती. And the father was quiet. And he explained, the mother had a hard day. You don't know what all she went through. जला दिया तो क्या हुआ? Accept. इतना भी नहीं है ना कि नहीं खा सकते. So don't be so selfish that if something doesn't fulfill you, then because we are seeing relationship just as a tool. मुझे खुशी मिलना चाहिए तुमसे. But a true relationship is the relationship of giving. What can I give? John F. Kennedy, right here in America, he said, don't say what the country has done for you. Ask yourself what you have done for the country. So don't be in that mindset कि इसने मेरे लिए क्या किया. बहुत कुछ किया है, but have gratitude for that, and then what can you do back? So seventh principle is compete or cooperate. Are both trying to compete with each other? Like once they had a fight. So they were going in a car and they saw a pack of donkeys. So the husband said to the wife, तुम्हारे रिश्तेदार जा रहे हैं. And the wife said, हाँ हमारे ससुराल के हैं सब. गधे, सब गधे हैं. So we try to compete. My family is better than you, or I am better than you, or no. In devotee circle also, my tilak is better than that Mataji's tilak. Or I chant very nicely, she doesn't chant. So don't be in that competition in a relationship. Then it doesn't survive. And the last is, don't just freeze. मैं ऐसा ही हूँ. Like there is one category, like I am a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami. So the short form is RNS. Like my email ID is brajmohan.rns@gmail. So we coined this another term called as, are you RNS disciple or are you HNS disciple? Who is HNS? हम नहीं सुधरेंगे. And we just don't want to change. मैं ऐसे ही हूँ. And this often happens. Like if the wife is trying to convey, or the husband is trying to convey, or a devotee is trying to convey to other, नहीं प्रभु जी, मुझे नहीं आता है. I don't want to change. Yes, you can try to improve yourself and at least attempt to change, and not that be so stubborn with your stance that you take. So these are the 8 principles of relationships. Which side do you fall? So please do reflect on this that are taken. Of course, in the language of the 12th chapter, all these principles are covered through the chapter. And here I just presented the principles directly at the level that we deal with. But all these, they apply to our day-to-day relationships or worldly relationships, and they equally apply in our relationship with Guru and Krishna. Is Guru just a tool that to get initiation or to find something, or are you taking true shelter as that Shri Guru Charane Rati Ei Se Uttama Gati? This is my goal, to serve him. Or you're just serving him to go somewhere, which is Mayavad. So thank you very much for this short time that I could spend in St. Louis. A wonderful group here, Ramacharya Prabhu, trying to inspire all of you for this big temple, then Atulanand Prabhu working hard, and then our Nadia Kishore Prabhu brilliantly trying to engage with all these very innovative dramas. And so many kids here, so sweet, all these kids. I I fell in love with all the kids here. Everybody is so devotional and doing such nice kirtan. And yesterday, today. So today they all came with this small greeting card. Hardly means anything in terms of its, but it is a heart with which they, so that really touched me. So thank you all, and hope to see you all. And but please do carry on your life with Krishna in the center. Then everything becomes more and more sweet, deep, and fulfilling. Hare Krishna.
Ask one more time to put on the class. And even the books are concerned, if anybody is